Alright, am I recording? Yeah, okay. So, this will be my, I guess, first official moto vlog using the DJI OSMO Action 5 with the DJI mic mini. So, it's December 6th, it's a Saturday morning, December 6th. It's about 7:41 in the morning. I don't expect to see that many people on the road, but I'm just gonna go to downtown Rosenberg. It's like 6-7 miles away, and yeah, let's go. Let's just start going. Put the bike in sport mode. It's warmed up enough, I think, so let's get going. All right. It's been very cold these past couple of days this week. That's why I haven't really ridden the bike, and it's been kind of raining, kind of on and off every day this week. So it's the first day I'm taking the bike out. So turn the brights on. Oh, let me turn the heated grips on. Forgot about the heated grips. I don't know if the heated seat is on. Let me kind of mess around. Yeah, I think it's on. Alright, let me go this way, take a right. But yeah, like I was mentioning, it's been pretty cold, but I think it's supposed to warm up this weekend. Going into next week, should get a little bit of warmer weather. I got a pressure washer for Black Friday, so I really want to use it, clean the cars or clean the driveway or the siding of the house. So yeah. Guess I could talk about the camera I had before this. Well, I still have it. I had the first iteration of the DJI OSMO Action. So I got that back like in, I want to say 2020, 2021. And had it for about 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and it's a good camera. It's never given me any issues. But I just figured it was it's time to upgrade. I think I'm really behind in technology. And yeah, so I still have it. I may still use it here and there as a backup camera or something. Of course I can't use a mic on it, but it does the job that I need it to do. Kind of use it more as like a dash cam, if anything. But with this camera, I could be a dash cam and also be used as moto vlogging. So I think that's pretty cool. I was kind of in between this camera and an Insta360 X4. There were like $50 price difference for Black Friday, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get the 360 camera later, because since I felt so behind in an action camera and the technology, I felt like it was kind of made sense to go for this, and then maybe next Black Friday or my birthday I'd go for a 360, depending, I don't know how it goes. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, so far I have no complaints about this camera. It's definitely bigger than the first iteration of the OSMO Action. I know there's been an Action 2, 3, 4, and I think now there's already a 6 out, so I'm already one iteration behind. Yeah. But I saw the specs between the 5 and 6, and honestly, there was not much of a difference. I guess what I could talk about between the Action, the first Action, and the Action 5 is Action 5 is way bigger. You can actually use a front screen. It's a touch screen, front screen, and it has a night mode. The angle is a lot better. There's Rock Steady Plus. What else? Like I mentioned, you could do Bluetooth mic, which is cool. Take a right here. Nobody's coming. I'm gonna go. Where was I? The Action 5 is definitely bigger. The buttons, they moved it around. I remember the power button used to be, I think on the right side or the top. And then they moved around. The battery, of course, is bigger. And the placement of the charging port is different. It's still USB-C charging. And then they have this magnetic clip for I guess whatever you want to attach it to. So that's kind of cool, I guess. But I mean, those are the main differences without getting too technical. I'm not super technical into the cameras. I mean, I know you could do 2.7K, 4K resolution, 30 frames, I think all the way to 60 frames, maybe 120 frames per second. I know the battery life is a lot stronger. I remember when I was trying to record like a 4K in the Osmo Action, it would probably be like the battery would die really fast, and it wouldn't even give you that much memory to do it. So I can tell already the Osmo Action 5 is a lot better. It's a lot stronger camera than the first one. I guess I could talk about the bike. I've had this bike for about, I got it back in August, it's now December, about 7 months, almost 7 months. And I put about 1,000 miles on it. I got it used from a gentleman in Louisiana, from Facebook Marketplace. And it was, right place, right time kind of thing, because I did go meet up the guy in Louisiana, and I kind of made it like a trip for me and my wife. We stayed the night there and everything, but I did go see the bike first, test rode it, and I liked it. And he was actually going to come to the Houston area to buy a scooter and trade in his motorcycle if no one bought it at whatever dealer he was going to get his scooter at. And I just told the guy, like, hey, I could just buy it from you the day you come to Houston. And he brought it on the back of a trailer because he was going to take his scooter back in a trailer. So kind of worked out that way. So I bought it from him from his hotel that he was staying at, and I rode it home. I got the inspection, I got the registration and insurance done the same day, like an hour before the registration office was gonna close. So yeah, it worked out. We were kind of nervous that since it had Louisiana plates, and we thought that the process of getting the registration from Louisiana to Texas was going to be difficult or something. He thought he had to get it notarized, because I think in Louisiana, whenever you transfer the title to someone else, you have to get it notarized by somebody. So I met at my bank with him to get the money and notarize it there at the bank, and then they said that they could notarize it on behalf of me, but not him, because he wasn't a customer of the bank. So and then he did some research, and he found out that he actually didn't have to get it notarized, because in the state of Texas we don't have to get it notarized. So yeah, we had some kind of like technical legal issues, I guess you can say, with the transfer of the title, but it ended up being smooth. We didn't have to get it notarized, and yeah, it was pretty easy. But yeah, I put up close to 1,000 miles on it, like I said, maybe 100 or 200 miles in. I did the oil change. I bought the DCT filter, the oil filter, 4 quarts of Honda oil. I was told at the dealership to not run synthetic oil, I believe, because the DCT is not supposed to take synthetic oil or something like that. That's what the lady told me on the parts counter. And she recommended to change the DCT filter and the O-ring for the DCT filter, so I did that. It was kind of easy. It takes a little bit more time than a regular oil change. And then of course periodically I've been doing some cleaning the chain and adding grease to it. But yeah. And then I wanted to do the chain slack myself, but I was getting kind of skeptical, not too sure if I was going to mess it up or not. So I took it to not a dealership, but it was like a private owned shop, and the gentleman of the shop did it. He took me actually to the back to show me how he did it, but I did research, and apparently on this bike specifically, you're supposed to check the slack and I guess do the slack adjustment on the side stand. And the guy at the shop, he lifted it up on a jack and he made the adjustment with the bike in the air on the jack. So, but yeah, I mean, he did it. I mean, I checked the slack right after. I couldn't really tell a difference, but it is what it is. I mean, chain slack, it stretches as you ride, I guess. All I know is too tight is not good, too loose is not good either, but a little loose is okay. So yeah, but anyway, other than that, maintenance on this bike, I haven't had to do much to it. But I probably should stay on top of it and make sure everything on it is good. Haven't taken any really big trips on this bike. Well, I've been to Galveston with my uncle to the Lone Star Rally in Galveston, Texas, and it was cool. We went on a Sunday, and the bike handled it pretty easy. And yeah, that's the only, I would say, big trip I've done. I do want to go to College Station maybe sometime here soon in the future before it starts getting too cold, or maybe in the springtime, I don't know. But yeah. Let's see. I think downtown Rosenberg. Let me take a right. Actually. Can't take a left. Where's it up there? I'm supposed to turn. Over there is left. I think I'm supposed to take a right here. I'll find somewhere to park so I can talk about the bike, I guess, a little bit more in detail, do like a 360 of it, walk around the bike. I mean, I've been living here for 2 years. You'd think I'd know where I'm going, but not really. I don't really. Oh, okay. Oh, I think they have some areas of the downtown kind of blocked because they're going to do some sort of like Christmas festival or something like that. I'm going to turn right here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to really get into downtown area or not. Let's see. Turn. Well, actually, I could go straight. Let's see if I could go through the backside. Alright, it's the water tower. There we go. Nobody's coming. The OC road is closed. Doing some sort of shuttle pickup / drop off. Guess I'll keep going straight. Maybe I could do it in this public parking lot. I think what Rosenberg is known for is the railway town, or one of the historic railway towns, but yeah. VIP parking. Let me just get one of these empty parking spots. Put the bike in neutral. I'm gonna have to put gas soon. Put the side stand down. Oh crap. Alright. Let me leave the bike on. Let me do a quick. Yeah, got the heated seat on, but yeah, the gentleman, like I mentioned, it's a 2024 Honda NC750X DCT. Originally, this bike is supposed to come in, I think, a gray and blue. Those are like the primary, secondary colors of the bike. But he painted it all the body panels brown. There's a shad top box. I think it's like 45 liters, something like that. It's pretty big and spacious. This bike, what makes it special is it has this front storage, or a front compartment here. You just open it with the key. You gotta turn the bike off to open this right here. Lifts up. You could put I could put my medium full-size face helmet in there, maybe a couple other small items in there with it, but that's about it. Put some grocery bags in here, whatever you want, a cat, a dog, maybe a small child. I wouldn't do that though. Just for perspective, for reference, how much space you could put in there. And then actually the gas tank is under here. You flip this to the right for the storage, you flip this to the left for the gas tank, and then this pops up and you lift it up and the gas tank is right here. But yeah, like I mentioned, the previous owner, he painted it all brown. He put a couple accessories on it, a lot of accessories, to make it very comfortable and I would say touring ready. Like I mentioned, he put this big shad top box, he painted it brown as well. Comes with a back seat support cushion as well. He did put a bigger rear brake pedal right there. He did put some crash guards. He said these are supposed to be, like, I guess, more for cruising. You could extend your legs on here, but not your feet, more for your legs if you're like doing some highway traveling. We do have some auxiliary lights here. They do have an amber setting, and I can put it to the brights real quick with this button. That's how the brights look. It's pretty bright. I never really ride with them on. I usually ride in the early morning going to work on Fridays, and I don't want to be blinding people and being obnoxious. So yeah, and he put these, I guess, like storage bags on here. You could probably put like your sunglasses or small little tools in there. There's a cup holder, one of my favorite accessories. I put my coffee on there when I go to work. There is an aftermarket, I guess, compatible with Honda cruise control system here. I've never used it. I don't have any plans of using it. Heated grips, which is really good. Heated seat, Corbin aftermarket, brown, matches the paint. Aftermarket windshield. It does adjust with this right here. You can loosen this, it does tilt forward and backwards, and it does raise a little bit more than that. And these bar ends are aftermarket, and these mirrors are aftermarket. I believe The gentleman mentioned he did lay it down, so some of that stuff got scuffed up whenever he dropped the bike. So he replaced this and the mirrors. Does have a quad lock attached to the master cylinder, front brake master cylinder right there with some screws, and it does charge my phone at the same time. It has a dampener in there to I think it protects the lens of the camera, supposed to. Have some front brake adjustment right here, and yeah, I like the bike a lot. I would say it's very beginner friendly. Have one front brake rotor, pretty big. I think the new one 2025 has twin brake rotors now. Like I mentioned, it is a DCT. One rear brake rotor in the back. And yeah, it's a quick review of the bike without getting too technical into too much detail. So yeah, guess I'll go ahead and just go home. It's pretty cold and early. Or you know what, I may stop somewhere to put gas somewhere near the house. Do I know how to get? I'm gonna go home kind of like a longer way, a different way. So am I still recording? Yeah. Okay, let's get going. Like I mentioned, looks like they're going to do some sort of Christmas festival. That's why they have the whole downtown area blocked off or not. I would have ridden inside there to show around all the small little antique shops that they have. I've been there with my wife. They're pretty cool. So before this bike, let me stop right here, and I'm gonna switch it back to standard mode because I'm gonna do more city driving, in town riding. Before this bike, I had a 2020 Yamaha X-Max 300, and that was my second bike. And then before that, I had a 2017 Honda PCX 150cc, and that was my first bike ever. But I did learn on a manual bike on my uncle's Honda CRF 250L. It was a good bike to learn on. It was just really tall, kind of intimidating. I did drop it a couple of times. But yeah, but I decided to go into scooters and automatic transmissions. So scooters have CVT transmissions, and this has a DCT, and I like it a lot. I don't have to worry about shifting. It does it for me. Here and there, I do use the paddle shifters to shift. And you could put this in like a manual mode, and you could just shift it yourself if you want to. But I tend to just leave it in standard mode or sport mode. Well, when I first got this bike, I was kind of worried about if it was too much power. And so when I first got the bike and I had to ride it home or to the registration office, I rode it in rain mode. In rain mode, it's supposed to be kind of more, I guess, less sensitivity to the throttle. It shifts a lot sooner. I guess it's supposed to be like if you're riding in wet conditions, but yeah, I would ride in that mode for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two, and then slowly I went ahead and started using the standard mode, because every time this bike turns on and it defaults to standard mode. So after a while, I just said I was getting annoyed with always have to change the mode to rain. So I just went ahead and started using standard mode, and then I used that for a couple of months, and then I got kind of used to the power. Power is pretty predictable. And so one day in the neighborhood, I just decided to put it in sport mode. and I realized sport mode wasn't that much of a difference. There's a little bit more power, not much, and it doesn't shift as soon, like if you have it in standard or rain mode. So it would shift like more of how a traditional biker would shift. So but yeah, that was my learning experience on this bike. And it was really hard to find a bike like this on the used market, especially like this model, model year. I got lucky, I guess you can say. And because you see a lot of, I would say 2018s, 2019s, maybe 2017s for sale. And I'm not a real big fan of how those look. These look better, and the 2025s look better, look more newer, more modern. So, like I mentioned, it was hard to find this, so there was a lot of Rebel 1100s DCTs for sale in the area, and I was coming really close to pulling the trigger on one, but I said, I know I don't know, I thought it was a really big jump from a 300cc to an 1100cc, so it was a triple jump, versus this is kind of like a double jump, so in terms of power. So that's what I was looking for, a double jump. I didn't want to triple jump that fast. Like I mentioned, I got lucky finding a bike like this. If they're not, maybe I was eventually just gonna give up and maybe wait longer or pull the trigger on a Rebel 1100 DCT. So, but I went with this instead. Take a right here. There's only Walmart in town. We have a Target too, HEB, Kroger. We got enough shopping places. We got an Aldi as well. And then Sugarland's not that far away if you want to go to the mall or something like that. But since I've been here, this neighborhood, like for example, this neighborhood never existed a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, it didn't exist. So there's a lot of neighborhoods have been being built in the Rosenberg, Richmond area. So it's been growing a lot. So, and they've made a couple new schools. So of course that increases the price on taxes, property taxes a little bit. So, but yeah, it's a pretty cool town, I guess. There's actually a couple more cars out than I anticipated. I need to change the time on the bike. It's an hour ahead. The time changed a couple weeks ago. I haven't changed it on the bike. In terms of adding more things to the bike, I don't think I would. Maybe some handlebar guards for the wind, especially for the colder months. Maybe I'll think about buying some and installing it, because the heated grips do help. It just keeps my palms warm, not necessarily my fingers, for the front of my fingers and my knuckles. So yeah. But I think that's the only thing I would add to the bike. Go this way. And yeah. People are lining up over here. I think they give some food away at this church. I think every Saturday or maybe once a month they give away some food from, I guess, the Houston Food Bank. Probably walk my dogs when I get home. I don't know what else to do today. We'll see. There's always something to do. It's cold, but not as cold as yesterday. I should have rode my bike yesterday to work. The only thing that stopped me was a little bit of rain. It's not that bad in terms of the temperature. What I did like a lot about my scooters when it was cold is it did provide a lot of wind protection on my legs. I do feel a little bit more wind on my legs compared to this bike and my scooters. And then what was the other main difference? The scooters did have the rear brake lever on the left handle. Now I've gotten used to it already. The brake on the right foot peg. Those are the really main difference. I had to get used to transitioning from a scooter to this. And the seating position, I was way more comfortable on a scooter compared to this. And here and there I did do some like lane filtering on the scooter because it was a lot smaller. I think I could do some lane filtering on this even though you're not really supposed to, but the only lane filtering I do is when I'm at a red light and I'm probably in the back and I just try to get a little bit closer to the front. That's the only really lane filtering I do. But yeah, that's all I can think of, transitioning over from the scooter to the bike. And then of course the CVT to the DCT. Of course you don't really feel any gear shifting in the CVT. And here the DCT, it does shift for you and you do feel the shifts, but the only time you really do feel the shifts is between like first and second. All the other shifts you don't really feel it because they're pretty smooth if you're going at faster speed. And then the downshifting, you do hear it and feel it a lot more. Alright, let's go. Move, Mr. Squirrel. Move, move, move. Curious on how the microphone's going to pick up the audio. It's kind of windy, a little bit, not much. I don't know if it's going to pick up a lot of wind noise or not. I hope not. I mean, I got the microphone for a really good deal. It was like 50% off for Black Friday. I think it still is. So I couldn't pass up such a good deal. And then I can also use the microphone on my, I think my iPhone, or, you know, any smartphone. It doesn't have to be an iPhone, I believe. Maybe I could use it on my laptop too, I'm not sure. But whenever, I did use the microphone like at home, and the audio is really crisp. Sounds really good. If I do more of these kind of vlogging type videos, I need to kind of find themes or topics to talk about. This one was just kind of random all over the place, or kind of like a good introduction. No one's behind me. Make my turn right here. But yeah, maybe I'll have some different topics here and there. But we'll see. I don't know how to make professional YouTube videos. I don't do any kind of video editing or audio editing at all, so I just pretty much just post raw content. I don't make any edits whatsoever. Not really, at least. Maybe I'll cut a little bit here in and out of a video if I want to, but other than that, not really. Alright, well, I'm pretty much in the neighborhood. I'm gonna end the video here at this stop sign, so yep, see you later.